Baldur's Gate 3 is one of the most successful games of this decade. How is it possible that a small studio no one has ever heard of, with a smaller budget than some studios use their cocaine budget, right Todd? How did they have a marketing campaign so successful that they became the most talked about video game of 2023? Join me and find out on my quest named Hype. That thing that represents the exposure your game gets is a dangerous thing. A double-edged sword, if you will. It can boost your game sales significantly. Imagine a donkey pulling a cart as our game. Hype is when you strap on rockets on his cart and launch him into the moon. So, what does these rockets represent? In most cases, a compelling voice actor, impressive trailer, stellar writing, a skilled studio we all trust and love even if they keep releasing shit after shit after shit. Right, Todd? Sorry. However, these rockets pose a risk and damage your reputation if used in a misleading way. So, did Baldur's Gate just got lucky with their hype, or was this planned? In my opinion, they had 5 major points, or rockets, which elevated their game into the stratosphere. So, let's see what these points are. Point 1. They had a whole team in full cosplaying gear doing massive showcase panels leading up to the release, showing how passionate the team really is.
Jimmy! Jimmy! We're here! Jimmy! We're here! Jimmy! Whoa! Jimmy! No!
Looking back at these videos, you could tell the team wanted to make the best game they could make, and they were not doing it for a quick buck. Led by the CEO King Sven Vinke, in a damn suit of armor. He even wore this armor when he accepted the reward. What a f***ing legend. Point 2. The game was released in early access, where they actually listened to the players and changed the game based on feedback, allowing players to engage with it before its full launch.
Because we're gathering reports, we're reading social media, we're reading forums, and we just prioritize according to what do most people want.
This strategy not only generated excitement, but also provided valuable player feedback that helped refine the final product. I mean, look at the difference when Baldur's Gate was an alpha. And look how it is now. They almost completely changed the game. Is it this hard, AAA companies? I have never seen a more successful early access than with Baldur's Gate 3. I guess sometimes ego gets in the way of clear thinking.
And that sometimes it doesn't just work.
This is how early access should be, and more companies should use it like Larian did. Not to make some startup money and then abandon it. Point 3. But first, a word from our sponsor. I'm not sponsored, but if anyone from Hooters is listening, I would happily take a lifetime membership in exchange for a single tweet. Anyways, you know that feeling when you're in a rush and you're at a traffic light waiting for the light to turn green, and just when it's about to turn, you spot an old lady slowly walking who wants to cross. But then you take a closer look and you realize it is an old lady, but it's Stout Howard flipping you off. That's what YouTube ads are for me. I get it, they're a necessary evil, but in general, I hate them. Why, do you ask? I might make a video where I go deeper into why I hate ads. Why I hate. But in short, advertisements lack fun. Baldur's Gate 3 was different. I never even saw an ad, I only saw partnerships. My favorite YouTubers all were making content about Baldur's Gate 3. Now this isn't new that people make videos about new upcoming games, but the geniuses at Larian Studios thought it would be smart to sponsor most of these big YouTube content creators.
You're welcome.
Sponsored by Baldur's Gate 3.
Now, instead of mind-numbing TV ads, I'm treated to a parade of memes and videos for Baldur's Gate 3 right here on my YouTube feeds. It's like they found a way to infiltrate my free time, but in the best way possible. Watching ads disguised as content. It's so effective because you reach more people this way and it's way cheaper for companies. This strategy was so successful that even Donald Trump used a similar strategy for the 2024 election. Instead of going on mainstream media, he went to Joe Rogan and Theo Vaughn, where he had insightful thoughts about whales and cooking
addiction.
And the best part, every YouTuber wants a slice of the Baldur's Gate 3 pie, because hype creates free content for them, which attracts more people to your game, and with that, more content creators want to make more videos about it. Larian made a YouTube content machine. Buy YouTube content for the hype. More YouTubers want to make more content about this topic because of the hype, which turns into more hype. It's like a snowball that keeps getting bigger and bigger. I mean, take Asmongold. He has over 7 million videos about the game, and he didn't even play it after early access.
I'm so straight, I could suck a dick and it wouldn't be gay.
Point 4. The bear scene. The sex scene between a bear and a vampire. The most shocking piece of marketing you will ever see. It's a marketing move that left everyone scratching their heads, or balls, and wondered, what the f*** did I just witness? Is it silly? Potentially. A marketing strategy? Conceivably. Is it effective? That's for certain. Okay, that's the best Raphael you're gonna get out of me. Eat me. Can you imagine being at a multi-million-dollar company and pitch this? I just love the idea that someone in a huge office building in a room full of executives raised his hand and said, "Sir, I think I've got it. What if you show a bear and a vampire f***ing?" My god. Billy, you're a genius. Most people were blissfully unaware of Baldur's Gate until this unbearable encounter happened. The buzz surrounding this game skyrocketed. Steam, Reddit, and Twitter were going apeshit. They even managed to get banned on TikTok, which is also very good for your hype. This unlikely duo not only put Baldur's Gate 3 on the map, but also turned it into the talk of the town. The internet drama enthusiast had a field day on this one. The game was unstoppable at this point. Again, YouTube content creator machine. Even really big creators like Penguin Zero were talking about this, because how strange this situation really was.
Okay.
Point 5. By this point, the game had already launched, but its most surprising marketing technique was about to unfold, and it would emerge from the most unexpected place. Other developers from other studios, their direct competition, started coming out of the woodwork on Twitter, criticizing this game for being too good. Don't expect anything like this ever again in your lifetime, because the conditions are literally impossible. Really? Really? This itself stirred up an industry-wide philosophical debate on how games should be made. Everyone else was talking about it, which added more fuel to the YouTube content machine, which added more hype. Except Todd, he stayed quiet this time. Remember our donkey from the beginning of our video? Let's see what happens when we begin adding our rockets/points to him. Let's begin. A dedicated team. Successful early access. YouTube marketing. The bear scene. Other developers criticizing the game. Yeehaw, motherfucker.
And the game of the year is Baldur's Gate 3.
So, here we are. All our hypes and marketing tricks explained that helped Baldur's Gate so much. It was a bit of luck and a bit of planning. You couldn't engineer a marketing campaign like this if you tried. The viral buzz this game has generated was insane. This game wasn't even on the radar for most people, but after some of these marketing tricks, I just had to buy it, and I'm so glad I did. Too many game developers and publishers are trying to monetize games for a quick buck, instead of making games for entertainment. When you compare Baldur's Gate 3 with the rest of them, you can see how truly all the big developers has lost their way. Blizzard has shown this to be true with Diablo and Overwatch 2. BioWare is a shell of what it used to be.
I'm non-binary.
Bethesda's writing is complete ass. Starfield feels like another quick cash grab. They were once the crown princess of making good games. Now they are all hated. Baldur's Gate 3 is an anomaly. They single-handedly proved that good quality work that is not rushed, but instead a labor of love from a developer who actually listens and cares. But with Baldur's Gate 3 success, Larian will be able to get financing from any investor. You would be a fool not to work with Larian Studios, which means, and this is the good news, they can do it all over again. Hell, with how good this game has sold, they may not even need an investor for the next game. So, I want to say thank you, Larian, for being a developer that has done it right, for giving us this amazing game and so much amazing content. And I want to thank you for watching my video. And if a person is listening who is working in the video game industry, please make a game from the heart, and the rest will follow. I promise you. Or sell your soul and party like an animal. Right, Todd?